Hi, this is Ken Muscat with MSC Cruises, here with Travel Market Report, and I'm here with Jessica today.
Yes.
And I know, Jessica, sometimes you are interviewing the suppliers,
That's
so
right.
now we're flipping it.
Yes.
And we want to interview you to find out all your best practices. So
Oh, goodness.
first, tell us, where your name, your agency, how long you've been in the business.
Sure. So my name is Jessica Brock, and I am from Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. I represent Travel Leaders. We're a franchise in Ponte Vedra. We have two offices actually in Ponte Vedra and also in Palm Coast.
Great.
I've been in the industry for this is my 7th year now. I started up in Connecticut with a Virtuoso agency, and now I'm with Travel Leaders.
So what got you into the business 7 years ago?
Long story, but I started traveling when I was young. My dad actually worked for Holland America Cruise Line. And I started really from marketing. I was blogging, trying to kind of figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And I love selling and talking, but what really turned me on was selling something I love and that I'm passionate about. And those trips that I would take with my family really drove that passion, and I love sharing that and helping plan that for other people.
That's great. So you mentioned blogging.
Yes.
So what kind of impact does social media have on the industry today? And how do you, the travel advisors range from young to older. Some people are a little bit scared of the social media aspect of it, but clearly it plays a big part of your business. What advice do you have for others who are maybe not taking advantage of it today that should? What would you tell them?
Sure. Huge impact on my whole business. I started blogging for myself and to kind of find my way, and from that, my travels really started inspiring other people. And as I became a professional in travel, people noted that, oh, maybe I should talk to Jess. And so through Facebook and blogging on a personal level, that really set the pace for my clientele. For those who are a little intimidated by it, I think that you just have to be yourself. That's what social media is about, right? It's less about an advertisement and more about a conversation. So whenever I travel, I end up getting 10 new leads just from me posting pictures of myself and at restaurants and in different experiences. So go out there and do it. Don't be afraid. There's no right or wrong. Find a platform that you can understand and that you are able to work with, and go with it, and you'll see things flourish. I'm sure of that.
So what's the best way? So people that are listening to you say, okay, I want to go ahead and do it.
Yes.
What's the best way to learn? How do you, I know it's not that difficult, but you got to take that first step. What's the first thing people should do that really are, maybe not familiar with it and want to try this out?
Well, there's definitely, I'm the president of my ASTA chapter in North Florida, and that's definitely one of the things that I'd like to try to not only inspire but teach people for business development. Social media might be easier for the younger generation and more difficult for the older generation. So I used to do classes on fam trips in the morning at breakfast, helping people post pictures and what do I do here and how do I do this, and I think little tidbits like that helps them. But definitely having some sort of organization, whether it be your supplier partners or your host agency or your ASTA chapter, can really help you learn and have some more business development classes as far as social media goes.
Yeah. And what about the information that the suppliers provide? So I know at MSC Cruises, we're pretty passionate about a lot of the social media that we do, with the idea to make it as easy as possible for our travel advisor partners to repost and leverage that content. Do you take advantage of those kinds of things?
Definitely. We love sharing your content, being able to, whether you have social media contests or things like that, that really get people kind of going and interested. The videos, I think short video content is great, and it makes it easier for you to continue having a consistent news stream from your posts that you're pushing travel, and that's something that you do and that you're an expert in. So when you use your content that's already made for you, it makes it a lot easier, and I think that's a great way for the older generation especially to move things along, but us too. It's more shares, more visibility, more leads.
Great advice. Great advice. What are your ultimate long-term goals as a travel advisor?
Well, to take over the world. I would like to be an owner and move into developing more younger people being in. I think that's my goal as the Astor chapter president, to help the next generation, myself included, our millennials as we like to be called, become a big player in the industry. I think there's a lot of senior level people, and it's kind of like the mafia in some way. You never get out of being a travel advisor. You just keep going until the end of your life. But yeah, we're starting to move up, and I'd like to develop more advisors like myself and be an owner and be at the top levels.
That's
So,
great.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, we're always talking about how the industry needs to bring in new blood, needs to bring in younger people, and there's so many misperceptions out there that, you know, travel advisors are just old and fading away, when in reality, everything that you read today, it's
Yes.
becoming a boom again. So how do you reach those younger people, and really, you know, what do you tell them to get them excited about coming in?
Well, I think a lot of the younger, we're based in an area where there's quite a few colleges. So I've spoken to a lot of them, and we're looking for interns and for them to do spring break groups that are sustainable tourism and things that are different than just like going and partying in Cancun. They care. They want to know more about the world, and they're traveling. The millennial generation is they're Airbnb-ing and getting out there, and so to find a way to help them learn how to make money from it and also inspire others, it's there. We just have to get in front of them, and that's basically where I think we should do that.
So one of the things that you just mentioned was interesting, because MSC is very focused on now going after the curious traveler.
Sure.
And going after travel advisors and customers that are looking for new things, off the beaten path. Is one of the reasons why we partnered with Martha Stewart to do things that are related to the environment with our new Ocean Key MSC Marine Reserve, private island, and other things like that. So these advisors that are interested in coming into the business for those reasons, what is the best way for the suppliers to show them what we have to offer, or give them that experience so they can see it and then pass it on to their clients?
Get them on your ship. Get them to the place. I mean, the best training is great, and we love seeing you guys come in the office. And I think for my interns that would be working for us, getting them familiar with products and people and places is the most important thing. But really getting them on the ground, seeing what is your sustainable tourism, what is going on, and how can I get that out to other people and get them inspired.
Yeah, it's interesting that that's such a hot topic today, and really resonating with our travel advisors and customers related to the cruise industry, which is very exciting.
Yes.
What's most rewarding for you?
When people come back and they're just like, the best trip, that their kids, I love doing family vacations and having the kids be like, that was my favorite vacation, when I know that they've had some spectacular vacations in the past. The honeymoons, just having them post pictures and shout out or not, just seeing how happy they are and how everything went so seamlessly. It's very rewarding, you know, no money involved. It's just rewarding to have them have those feelings.
That's great.
Yeah.
This is my second to last question. I'll ask you one last one, but the referrals are so key and so
key.
critical. Repeat and referral business. Everybody wants repeat and referral business. How do you ensure that you're getting that?
They get a card at the end. We have a call afterwards. And really, I think that people they trust me now. It's been a little while. In the beginning, it was hard to get referrals and starting off, but now I'm getting referred by my honeymooners to their parents for their 50th anniversaries, and people who haven't even planned with me are referring me to friends because they just know that this is what I do. So I think keep going, and you'll get the referrals. Make sure that you follow up, and they'll come. They will. Just give it some time.
Yeah. Last piece of advice for whenever you're talking to either up and coming or experienced travel advisors, what's the key takeaway you always want to make sure you communicate?
keep going, stay inspired, come to conferences like these, engage with your partners, and it gets frustrating sometimes. It can always get frustrating, any job, but I think something that we just heard was that, if you love what you do, you stay the extra hour, you wake up early, and as long as you're passionate about it, it's going to work out. Just keep going.
Excellent advice. Thank you very much for spending time with us. Excellent information. I hope everybody takes full advantage of it, and best of luck to you in the future.
Thank you so much, Ken.
Thank you.